I've held many jobs, but I'm a master of none. Long before I was born, I was a favored grandson. I came into this life, and the darkness arose. The devil showed his face, and he stood completely composed. He said, "You were predicted, prophesied even. Your grandfather saw an angel, but your mom, she sees a demon. The numbers that match up, and they all come aligned. You've even figured out that you're the Libra sign. The year of the dragon, mystical by itself, but you're the fire dragon and you were born to raise hell. Fight against everything from darkness to evil, go after everything hiding, and then return to the steeple. God is all-knowing, knows the mind and the heart. He knows what your intent is. It's time for a clear start. Look at your past, learn from mistakes, go forward in life, don't hit the brakes. New love will come. The friends together. They'll stand beside you through all inclement weather. Value what's there to be valued again. Value it over and over, all the way to your end. The second you stop, the second you quit, the second you gain the attitude of I don't give a shit, you take away all that is learned and everything that you've paid. You've turned a life worth living into a nameless grave. I read that into my phone standing out on my deck. My mind is always somewhere. Always. I'm always thinking in terms of reflection, teaching. How can you teach something that you don't believe? That's an empty teaching. If you're teaching people to be messed up out here, you shouldn't be a teacher. If we spent more time learning about how strong and resilient and how like we are, we would see more and more reasons to come together. But instead, we use every label under the moon and stars to separate us. Your sexual preference, first of all, belongs behind closed doors. That's your personal life. When you make it everybody else's life, of course you're going to get many different opinions on it. Because you have people who are traditional, and then you have some that are not. You have some that are open, you have some that are closed. And if you expect everybody to support what you believe in, there may be a few choice things about you outside of your sexual orientation or preference where there's all kinds of support. If somebody wants to know your sexual preference, if it's something that isn't traditional, then maybe you should ask, hey, it's not anything traditional, so are you sure you want to know, or we can keep that private and just keep going with where we connect at? Leave that bullshit alone. Because that's not the bullshit that matters. Just like your skin color, it doesn't matter. It should gain you no privilege, and it should see you no demise. Because just like me, 100 years from now, when our bodies are in the ground, if you don't put neither one of us in a grave, I want you to dig us up and then point out to me which one is black and which one is white. Y'all fight over the most pettiest things. I'm sorry, people out here fight over the most pettiest things. I don't want to do this. I don't want to point fingers. Because I really don't know who you are. It's my assumption that you're a decent human being and that you're able to critically think, and that logic and sense and wisdom and knowledge is something that's valued and not just blown off. I would like to think that you're a person of context, you're a person of depth, that you're a person that can apply a lesson, especially one that's meaningful, that you can look at something and determine whether it is something worth following or not. Here at the Rising Phoenix, which will one day be a nonprofit community organization, this is a place of understanding. I don't hold no hatred or animosities to anybody who's ever done me wrong. I forgive without even receiving an apology. Yet I don't expect to come out here and be forgiven for anything. Because people don't. I haven't always been a light person. Once upon a time, you could fire me up like that, and I'd be willing to fight anybody, anything, and it would get my all. It would get my all. Then I started noticing energy. I started seeing what was draining me. You'll never hear me say that I regret having any of my kids. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything about their moms. But I would have loved to have been seen. And I would have loved to have been able to raise my kids. Would it have been easy? No. There would have been a lot of trials, tribulations, a lot of struggles. That's all I've known for life is struggle. Outside of a few times. But on the path of my own, I've seen homelessness 3 times. I've been in and out of jobs. I've had all kinds of bad luck when it comes to things, as well as making bad choices. But they tell you to learn from these bad choices and decisions, right? Part of what I wrote, Many Jobs, Master of None. There's a lot that I know, but I'm not an expert on anything. I'm wise about much, but I'm not the wisest. Philosophy? Absolutely. Yeah. Deep philosophy. I don't look for illusions. Not anymore. I see what's right before my eyes. Somebody says that they don't believe in God. Well, I'm sorry, you haven't seen. Someone says that all they see is people of the past. Well, I'm sorry, that's all you see. I really wish I could wake everybody up. But I'm just a messenger sharing a message. Keep rising like the phoenixes you are. We're now sitting at 215 subscribers. Don't forget to like, comment, share. The more you interact with the videos, the more the algorithm shares me. The more that the algorithm shares me, the more we outreach, the more we gain, the more we grow. The more we grow, the more support we get. Like I said, it's not a dream for me to want to run for governor, and it is possible even this year. If I got enough people supporting it, I can absolutely do it. And then I can continue running this channel. So what do you think that means? This will be the direct link that you have with Governor of Minnesota should I win. That's legit. Could you see me as governor? No suit, no tie. Being your neighbor. And trying to make this place a better place. It's one hell of a dream, ain't it? Keep rising like the phoenixes you are. Everything is possible. You may spell impossible, IMPOSSIBLE. I spell it, I am possible. Have a great day. Be blessed.